Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today the topic is of sentiment analysis. So you can consider this as a case study or a small capstone project, and even you can mention your resume. So we are taking the data set from Kaggle. So here I mentioned the URL, so you can get it from the URL, and the data set is Amazon fine food reviews. So before that, what is sentiment analysis? So in business scenario, it is very important to understand the customers. So what are the customers talking about, their product, the company's product, or their services? So sentiment analysis is nothing but knowing the opinion of the customers, like the customers are positive or negative or neutral. So this is called as sentiment analysis. So here I'm going to take a data set. I have already mentioned about it. So how to implement or how to analyze the sentiment of the people on Amazon food product. So here I'm importing NumPy to create an array, and then I'm importing pandas to create a data frame or to load the heterogeneous data, and then I'm importing matplotlib to do the data visualization. And my data set is CSV file, so using the pandas read CSV method, creating a data frame, and I'm filtering the rows here. So the number of rows is equals to I'm taking only 200 because uh, we want to process the text, and that could take a lot of time. So that is why I reduce the number of rows to 200 only, and then displaying the header part of the data. So head of 3 means by default it is going to display 3 rows, and you can have a look over here. ID is there, product ID, user ID, and what is the profile name, numerator, helpful numerator, denominator, and all of these there. So for us, very important thing is these two columns, like one is summary, so we summarize the review, and then text means what the people have texted on the particular product. So it means the full content on the review. So we'll focus more on these two columns, summary and text. Then getting the info means information on the data frame, so you can see what are the columns and what are the data types, and five columns are of integer 64-bit and 5 are object type. Okay, so for us the summary column is object type, and also text is also object type. As I mentioned before, so we'll focus more on summary and text, so displaying the header part of the field summary. So these are the words or sentences: good quality dog food. So from this we can understood that it's a dog food, the product is dog food, and the user has mentioned the quality is good, so it's a positive review, like that. And then getting the header part of text, so text column, and these are the first 5 rows of the text column. So after you loading the data, the very important step is you need to apply text processing methods. So if there are stop words, you need to filter out stop words, and if you don't know about stop words, you can refer other videos of us, so that you can know what are stop words and how to filter them. And so basically stop words are not considered as important, so they are used to form sentences, but whenever you are doing text mining, so all the stop words must have to be filtered. And then this is the library text blob, so which is imported from text blob. So you have to install this library and import the class text blob, and also importing word class from text blob. Next, what we are doing is converting the text to the lowercase and also removing punctuations. So df of text is equals to df of dot text. We are applying lambda method. We are applying lambda function. Here x is the input, means the row from the column, and then that is splitted into words, and that is converted to lowercase and then joining with space. So all the words converted into lowercase are joined, and they are assigned to text. And again, so this is the regular expressions. So df of text is equals to df of text dot string, converting the the value data type to string, and then using the replace method. And this is a regular expression other than words. Backslash w means word, backslash s means white space. So other than words and spaces, if you have, then you are making them empty. Okay, that means it will give us pure words. And setting the stop words to the language of English. So stop equals to stop words dot words of English, and then again applying the lambda function to remove the stop words. So df of text is equals to df of text dot apply, writing a lambda function here. If x means word, x is the no input statement, input sentence split it into word, and then if x not in stop word list means this one, then that is filtered and added to the text column, means all the stop words have been, all the stop words are removed. And we also do the spelling correction by using the text blobs. The method is correct. Okay, text blob of x dot correct. So if you have more number of words, so this is going to take a couple of seconds, even I can say a couple of minutes. So spelling correction is done. Here also we are applying the lambda function. Then lemmatization, doing the lemmatization. Lemmatization means you can cut off the end words, and it would give you the root word, the dictionary form of the word. So applying the lambda function here, getting the word, then applying the lemmatize method on the word, then that is also assigned to text. And then with these steps applied, displaying the header part of the data. So as I mentioned, this could take a couple of seconds. So this is a future warning, you can just ignore it. Still the cell is processing. So one of the reason of taking only 200 is it takes time, so that's why I reduced the number of rows to 200 only. And let's have a patience, so let's wait for the output. It is processing. Still it is processing, because it has to check all the words, and each word is corrected. I try to give the correct word, not 100%, but it try to give us the correct word of the word. Still my kernel is busy, and you can see it is doing the job. So once you have processed the text, still it is processing. Meanwhile, I'll explain you. So we are assigning, we are having a copy of the data frame. So reviews is equals to df, and we are dropping all the null values. So reviews dot drop any of in place is equals to true. Then we are having a histogram on score attribute. So there is a column score, the number of bins are 5, and the grid is equals to false, means we don't want to have a grid. And then showing the plot, means the score and then what are their values, and also grouping the reviews based on the score, getting the count and then ID. So still it is processing. Then it will give us the chart, that is histogram. So you have a bar, and then the frequency of that is also shown. Still it is processing. So it has done the processing. You can see the output here, the text which are clean, right? And then we are getting the histogram of score. So this is a histogram. So the score, that means the review weight is 1, the number of samples 12, in 2 7, in 3 18, in 4 26, and the review of rating 5, the count is 137. So the minimum number of samples are in 2, that is review review value 2, we have only 7 samples, 7 rows. So instead of that, what we'll do is we just now balance this data, right? We just balance the data. So square equals to reviews of score is equals to 1. If score equals to 1, then number of samples, so we are doing sampling here, n is equals to 7. So taking only 7 samples from review 1, then taking 7 samples from review label 2, like this 3 4 5, only 7 samples are created, and then we are creating a data frame. So review sample is equals to pd dot concat. So all the score values are concatenated. Axis 0 means refers to the row, axis 1 refers to column. So all the rows are combined, and then setting the index. Okay, review sample dot reset index dropping equals to true, and then in place true means you can have an effect, and then grouping the samples again based on score. Based on score, you are grouping the samples. Now all these review labels 1 2 3 4 5 are having the equal number of samples, equal number of rows. On this we are having a word cloud. So for word cloud, this word cloud imported from word cloud, and we are getting the summary. So review sample of summary, converting this into numpy array, right? Converting this into numpy array and joining with space, and that is a string. So getting the summary, and then having a word cloud. So word cloud equals to word cloud of background color, we are making it white, and generating the word cloud for this variable review str. This one means all the summary values, and then figure size is mentioned here 10 by 10, and im show means image show, having a word cloud. Interpretation is bilinear, and we don't want to show axis, x-axis, y-axis label, then plt dot show. So this will give us the word cloud. So these are the words like good, taste, great, right? And order, product, this instant, oatmeal, banana. So there are many things, words about the products and their review, the comment or text given by the user. Then we would like to filter these score values into a positive or negative. So negative reviews is equals to review sample of review sample score dot, if the score is in between 1 to 2, in 1 to 2, then we consider that as negative. So if the score review score is in 4 and 5, 4 to 5, then we are considering that as positive. So 3 is not considered. If you want, you can include that either in negative or positive. And getting the string, so negative review string is equals to negative reviews dot summary dot string of cat. Getting the values or categorical values, and then we are again having a word cloud for both positive words and also negative words. So word cloud negative equals to word cloud of background color is white, generating the word cloud for negative review string, and also back having the cloud for positive reviews. Then specifying the figure size here 10 comma 10, having a subplot 2 rows 1 column. For the first time, first figure is active. Then image show, showing the image of negative reviews, having a x-axis labels not displayed. Then this is the title of the figure. Then another plot 2 1 2, 2 rows 1 column, second time second figure is active, and this is the title of the figure, showing the both word clouds, positives and negative. So this one is negative, like you have the words like carry not, right, price not, Okay, means if the price is higher, then user might have mentioned price is not no mm, well, bearable, or you can see the negative words like poor, low, right? So this is the negative reviews word cloud. Then also having a review with positive score, so like great, good. So based on the frequency, the word is displayed with larger font size. So you can see great, good is having more frequency. So this is the word cloud for good reviews. The same can also be done. You can do this. You can use WADR sentiment analysis. WADR stands for Valence Aware Dictionary and Sentiment Reasoner. So this is one of the method which is based on lexicons. It's a rule-based sentiment analysis library which is used to give us the positives and negative sentiments. So we need to install this library. So pip install WADR sentiments if you don't have it. In my case, I'm already having, so that's why not doing the installation. Then this is the important class sentiment intensity analyzer, imported from WADR sentiment dot WADR sentiment module, setting the style, setting the color palette, and then this function creating object to the class sentiment intensity analyzer, then creating a Python list here, empty line for each row. For a row in df of text, that row is applied to the predefined method polarity score, then appending the score to the empty line, and then we are creating a data frame here. So df sentiment is equals to pd dot data frame of empty lines, all the score values, and showing the displaying the header part of that. So when you apply the method polarity score, so it gives us these things. So negative, this is neutral, positive, compound. So based on negative, neutral, positive, we'll be getting the compound value. So this is how it is computed. If the polarity score, if the sentiment score, which is in between -1 to 1, and if it is greater than 0.05, considering that as positive, and if it is between -0.05 to 0.05, consider that as neutral. If the polarity score is less than -0.05, we consider that as negative. So this method now performs the job, and then it gives us the values. Next, we are just adding this score to the existing data frame. So pd.concat, resetting the index, and then adding this sentiment analysis access is equals to 1, and then displaying the header part of the data. So we selected 3 rows here. So you can see these are the columns which are appended to the existing data frame. Then so we are doing the filtering here, creating a new column. df of sentiment is equals to np dot where. If the compound is greater than 0, we are considering that as positive, else negative. Again displaying the header part of the data. So just let me just scroll it down towards right side. So new column has been appended, and we are classifying the particular row as positive or negative. So based on the compound value, so this is 0.9413, it is classified as positive. If it is less than that, negative. So this is positive, negative, positive. So based on the compound value, you are classifying the row as positive or negative. And then we are also getting the value count, how many samples belongs to positive and negative, then putting the result as well. On top of that, we are having a bar chart. So majority of the samples are belonging to the category positive. The frequency of that is shown here, which is 185. Negative samples are 15. So like this, you can do the sentiment analysis, or knowing the opinion of the customer, either positive or negative or neutral. You can also go for different kinds of visualizations. So in this case study, so we have used this is word cloud, and we have seen what are the frequent words. what are the frequent words used in the review. So this is about the sentiment analysis. So just follow us on our channel so to get more updates.